happy for them to be able to go on the break with a momentum, 4 in a row, and a win. And we knew going into this game, New York is playing well, and that LA win was so physical. So for the last 48 hours, we've talked about nothing except how physical and the physicality that this game. And there was stretches when they got us out of rhythm in the first half with the physicality. And I challenged their toughness. I challenged if we had the toughness to beat that team. Proud that we continue to have unbelievable third quarters defensively. I don't have the right stats in front of me, but you guys can look up what we've done in the third quarters for a lot of games in a row, and that was the difference in the game. And then we made some timely plays when we needed it, got a little bit of break with them going cold at the foul line at a moment that helped us, but JJ made a big three-pointer on a set play out of a timeout. That was huge. We got AT finally a basket down the lane when we needed one to stem the tide. So, really proud that we're going to the All-Star break a little over halfway in first place, tied for first place. But that's the kind of game we're going to see the whole second half. That's the MO. That's the game plan people like to throw at us. Physicality, get up in us, really try to bother us. And we found a way tonight to grind to a W, but we're going to see that approach a great deal the second half of the season.
Given that, Curt, how much do you need to see JJ step up against it? Because she really didn't even go into the paint.
Yeah, after we got the opening tip and got her opening catch on the block, it was not easy getting her low post touches or playing through her down there, and we're going to need her to do that. There were some challenges throughout the game, and again, that's going to be her challenge to not only score outside but inside. And we know, we're going to go as she goes, and she's got to be better, and she knows that. And with that said, how many people do you have double-doubles and you just desire more? So she's going to shoulder some burden, and she knows that, but she's mature enough and talented enough to take that challenge on. But yeah, we reminded her, the first play of the game, we got her a basket on the block, and then it was a long time in between. So we've got to sprinkle that in, that's for sure.
Nigwe doesn't seem like a player who's bothered by the physicality too much.
Loves the physicality. Was a factor on the offensive boards, got herself to the foul line, had, 2 baskets in the first half that were important for us in the paint. Again, her thing is the game slowed down a little bit for her, so she's more comfortable out there. At the same time, she's going 70 and a 55 a lot of the times when she gets the ball, and we've got to slow her down. All that energy helps, but then when she gets the ball, she's got to slow down and do some things for us, because she is a whirling dervish at times when she gets the ball. But she was big tonight and has really earned those minutes, and it gave us some physicality, a presence underneath when we needed it.
Amber, next time we need you here to do,
This is Christine.
You can reenact things for him.
I love the whirling dervish.
Curt, are you happy with where you are? Or let me rephrase that, because top of the conference standings, I hope you do. But what do you need to do better going into the second half?
Yeah, we talked about it quickly at the end of the game. We've talked about it this week leading up, that everybody's got to look inward, from the coaches to the players. What can we add? What can we be better at? Is it on the court? Is it off the court? The challenge for all of them to do something a little bit better, to bring back a determination, a mindset that we're all going to improve, just a fraction. And if we all do that individually, then a team, we're going to grow. We have to be better. That, we have grinded out a lot of wins this year, and that's what the blueprint was, by sticking with this group that has a synergy, a chemistry, and a lot of them are in their 4th year together. But we know we have to be better, from little things of screening angles and physicality of screening to get people open, just to get catches offensively where we want, less defensive slippages. So there's a huge room for improvement in a lot of areas, but it just needs to be a fraction in this area, a fraction in that area, and it would really, really help us. But it's not one area, it's a little of everything. But I like where we're at. We've got to continue to protect home court. We're 9-1 at home. We've won 15 of our last 16, 14 of our last 15, somewhere one of those, at home. And so now we've got to go steal some road wins. We've got to go be able to grind out some road wins, which we know are even tougher because we know how tough the August schedule is on the road. You
had said at the beginning of the season that you wanted them to do things the right way and pay a lot of attention to that because of things like what had happened against Phoenix in the playoffs. Are they doing things the right way right now?
In a lot of areas, but we still, people fail to forget, like, we're proud of the front office commitment to allow us to have this core group together, but we still don't have a 30-year-old. Yeah. And so, sometimes the challenge is the overall professionalism, like, do you get the sleep we need? How is the fitness and nutrition? We can't practice duration-wise or the preparation-wise in August for 11 games in 29 days. We just don't have that time. So, how are they going to help keep themselves in shape? How are they going to stay sharp? What's their recovery look like? What's their nutrition? What's their sleep patterns? Those are the challenges for a young team that's not won a championship at this level. And, can they sacrifice? The big question is, can we make some sacrifices that will help us in the big picture? And that will be a challenge when we come back and they get their rest and our two all-stars go represent us. I don't know if there's another announcement yet or not. Okay. And so, when they get back from Vegas, it's about some sacrifices. Can we make the sacrifices that championship teams make to each other?
And define sacrifices a little more. I mean, you talked about nutrition and sleep and that kind of stuff, but what else? I mean, is there work that needs to be done that's not being done?
Not that it's not being done, but the commitment to stay with it. It's easy to give into fatigue. It's easy to give into the travel fatigue. It's easy. Are you still going to show up with the position coaches and get extra shooting in? Are you willing to sit down and do extra film work? Are you on your own with all the technology going to put an investment into film work? Or are you depending only on what we do as a team? Sacrifices on, maybe tonight I don't go out because I need more sleep. Those kind of sacrifices, being able to, continue to prepare like a champion would. And they do that, but we can't give into the fatigue that will happen in August. When we have adversity, can we stop a losing streak and not let it all of a sudden turn into a 5-game losing streak? Can we take a bad performance one night and 48 hours later turn around and get back on the right track? All those things are going to be challenges in August.
When you're moving like right now, is the rest welcome, or do you kind of want to move, if you could have your brothers keep going while you're on the roll?
As a parent, you worry anytime your kids are traveling, right? Like, I worry every time one of my sons does, something. So it's unnerving that while this rest is needed, that we have, multiple people going to Vegas, we have people running to their hometowns, we have people, visiting friends, everyone's scattering. And, it just brings me back to those feelings, 24 years as a college coach, that everyone leaves for Christmas break and you just worry about, all the travel. So I'd love to keep playing, but this rest is important. This period is important, as much physically, mentally, because August is as tough of a schedule that I've will endure as a head coach. 2 West Coast road trips, 11 games slammed into a month after we will only, by the end of the month, only play 7 in the month of July. Totally different looking schedule in the month of August.